Well, we've seen you on TV before in Eastwick and in Cold Case, but you just landed like the biggest, most buzzed about role.
Evidently. Yes, I have. I've been very, 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 very fortunate, very lucky, and I have to count my lucky stars and light a lot of candles and sacrifice a lot of creatures to a lot of deities because I'm very, very, very fortunate. Yeah, I did not expect this at all. And aside from the fact that it's such a great show and a hit show at that, I think the most exciting part about it is the role itself. You know, I mean, that's just a bonus that it's actually a very cool and interesting role for an actor's dream. You know, so sort of politically, what it stands for, I think, is very cool as well.
What happens when you get that call that says you're going to be on this show?
My exact response, I mean, I was laughing basically because I'm so busy with so many other things in my life that when my manager and my agent called me to tell me about this, I thought they were sort of just messing with me because we have that kind of relationship where they would say something like this to mess with my head. At the time, I was literally about an hour or two before I got the phone call, I was planning out the next 3 to 4 months of my life, and I literally confirmed it. And then I got, like, on that phone call with my friends, I was like, hold on, my manager was calling. What do you want? You got Glee. Right? Wouldn't that be crazy? It has been crazy, and so it sort of messed things up in the best way possible. Of course, I can hardly call it messing anything up because it's been a dream come true, and it's I can't really. It hasn't hit yet. Not until I see it on TV. Maybe when I see it on TV, it won't even hit me. I don't think it's ever really going to hit me. I hope it never does, because then I'll never take it for granted. So I've gone out for Glee maybe about 3 or 4 times before in other roles and in other capacities, but this is the first one where it was a part that I thought I maybe had a shot at, because you go out for a lot of things where you're like, I'm not really right for this, but you give it your best. And as a matter of fact, I actually went out for Finn about more than 2 years ago, and that was one of those things where you're reading and you're like, football player. I'm not a football. Look at me. I'm a short little hobbit, so I'm not really a football type. But you know, this is I'd been familiar with the casting people before, and you just give it your best as always. And this time it seemed to stick. So. You know, a lot to be thankful for.
So you're going to be playing Blaine as an openly gay character.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of weeks ago, they had a really emotional episode with Kurt and his dad and everything.
Right.
Really strong messages. How do you hope that your character can portray a new message? You know, so many kids watch the show.
Oh, absolutely. That, like I was saying earlier, this is the biggest bonus about this character. Even if it wasn't Glee, if it wasn't a major network, it's so great to see such a strong gay youth character that, in my estimation, I can't really think of any other character, at least on the forefront line of entertainment culture, of like a young, strong gay character. So I'm really hoping that he can be a source of strength and sort of a beacon of light for people who, gay or straight, it doesn't really matter. That whole conflict is sort of superfluous to the fact that this is a guy that is really empowered and strong through who he is and what he's all about. So I really hope that is a source of positive energy for any kind of youth dealing with any kind of issue. So yes, I really hope that kids can see that and look up to it.
So I know it's the big secret and they're being really tight-lipped, but are you going to be with Kurt? Are you his boyfriend? Can you give us
No
anything?
idea. I can't give you anything. Do you know anything?
I don't know.
Let me know if you do, because I would love some information. I have no idea. I say this to many people. I mean, that happening in my mind right now is just as viable as, you know, Blaine running off to Argentina to start a zoo and you know, and cure cancer. I have no idea. It's all up in the air. So we'll see. My interest in Blaine as an actor, that would be cool, because as a fan, I'm like, oh, of course we want to see Kurt with somebody. But that isn't like the most important thing to me. As fun as it is to you know, to talk about it and gossip about it, I'm more interested in Blaine being a friend and a mentor to Kurt, and for the first time having somebody of in the exact same situation as Kurt. At this point in the show, most of Kurt's friendships are not as easily relatable as Blaine will be. So that's the coolest part, and we'll see what happens from there. But I think as a friend, that's like a really cool thing to have. Hey, it's Darren Criss from Glee, and you're watching On the Red Carpet.